So today I'm testing out streaming, and we're also testing building. Building is fun. I like building. So what we've got here is a palette of... I need to actually add a palette here, so I'm going to import Lego set. Okay, proceed. Import as palette. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna work today on an alt model of a Lego set. So this is an existing Lego set, and what I'm going to do is try and find a new way to put it together to make something different. So what I want to do first is decide how we want our eyes to look, and I think that will do. Something like this. And then we want some grey pieces. We've got 12 of these, so these are really useful. And I think we want to have most of them, to be honest, we want to have like this, maybe. Something like this. I don't imagine many people are going to view this broadcast because I've only got a few followers at the moment, but you know, we're waiting. It's going to get better. These are interesting. We could use these or something. I don't know. Why doesn't it let me click them there? Why are you being like this? Yeah, so I want to have, at some point, that makes more sense, doesn't it? That looks better. That looks much better. I'm gonna go live on YouTube as well. I'm gonna go live on TikTok at the same time. How do we get a camera? Confirm you're 18. How do I confirm I'm 18? How old does TikTok think I am? Hey guys, if you can see this video, I'm currently live on YouTube. Building an alt model for this. Hey guys, if you can see this video, that means I'm currently live on YouTube building an alt model for this set. You'll never guess what I'm building. It's related to my science fiction books. Yeah, that's right, we're doing a crossover. Come check it out. It's Grumble Bricks on YouTube if you can't find the link in my bio. There's a lot of links, but it is in there. Okay, and now what we do, well, now we've done that, is we just blast that onto TikTok. Hey guys, if you can see this video, that means I'm currently live on YouTube building an alt model for this set. You'll never guess what I'm building. And I show you guys this stuff whilst I'm live on YouTube because I just think it makes the content seem more human. I'm not a big fan of like over editing stuff. I've seen people do that and it doesn't really suit me. So I'm gonna just do Lego cat, cute cat. So you got some of the things. Yeah, there we go. And I've got to change my bio as well, actually. There we go. What's this shit? You see the absolute like worst things on TikTok. I'm just casually trying to
casually trying to actually make things work here, and I just saw someone having an argument about something that I really don't care about. So I'm just gonna try and. My follower count on my writing Instagram just keeps fluctuating quite violently. It's very weird. Anyway. Okay, fine. Apparently I'm not allowed to add a link to that story because it turned it into a reel. Instagram is really buggy these days. Anyway, right, let's actually do the thing now. We're actually going to do the stream. So what I want is I want to get a little head for this fella. I'm thinking we have modified bricks. Oh, we got clicker joints. That's cool. That's very cool. Copy mirror. Yeah, so I think we want to do something like that, and I hope what I want to do is possible. I feel like it is. I remember making a little night out of Mixels once. That was fun. That's probably the piece I want right now, and then we want the ball joint as well, don't we? So where's the ball joint at? One of these for the head. This is obviously for the head. Cat's interesting because I would have put the ball. Yeah, actually, yeah, they've put the ball joint the way I would have done it. Actually, I'll have to. I don't know. I kind of want to do it like Bionicles did it, so have it the opposite way around. So, like that. And now I'm thinking, from that perspective, we want to have. It's difficult, isn't it? I want his head to be quite big. So, this is so annoying. It's so janky these days. Come on, stop being janky. There we go. So it goes like that. That's how it's going to look. And you see it's a bit... What if we flip this? That looks worse. I'll move that up by one. Okay, that's not going to work because of the ball. Okay, very clever. That's fine. I'm just going to Control Z that shit because that's never going to get fixed. There we go. That's... it's okay. What should we do now? I don't know. See how sensitive this is. Just gonna mess with my microphone for a second, don't mind me. Sorry about that. I personally think we're gonna need to. Do we have jumpers? We do have jumpers. Okay, I have an idea. I want his head to be a different shape, so we're gonna go for a different shape. We're gonna just do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring those over here. Bring those there. These go like this. That goes this way. Onto here, and then. Because I want this to look more cute than anything else. That does look cute, doesn't it? We can move its head up by one as well. That might look good, yeah. What do we got now? We've not got little ones. We've only got big ones. We can live with big ones, can't we? Have I just... There is meant to be 5 of them. Okay, so if I do that, and we know that we then need, like, some 5s. I'm going to pop that in there. And then we'll get one of these. I'll get one of those. How ridiculous does that look? Is his head too big? I don't know. I think it looks cool. And then obviously we need to have some degree of tileage as well, which is going to be a real pain in the neck to get right. But I think I have a solution. I think we want to have this. Like this. So one of them. And then it should say there's only 2 of those left now. Yeah, we got 2 of them. And then here we want to have some plates if possible. We don't see, there's not a great deal of plates, is there really? We're going to have to go for some orange ones here, which I don't really want to use them right away, but I guess we have to. And then we copy and mirror these. We drag those around to back there. That connects that to that. And then we got the face. Oh, and I need to do something here with this, don't I? Nice and easy, we'll just do that. Clone that over to there. We should have 10 of them left. Perfect. Do this. And then put him there, I think. That's looking good. I like that. I like that a lot. Hey, hey, hey! Nice to see you. Hello. We're building a little fella. Yeah, this looks good. I'm liking this. We do need to now be really, really careful with like the shapes, because once I've got this, what I usually do is I'll overdo it, and then later on we figure out, right, we need to remove these pieces and that piece and whatever, and then we'll get what we want. But you see where I'm going with this. You can sort of see what I'm doing. We've only got 2 of them left. Wait, what are those? Oh, those are big ones. They're only big ones. We've still got loads of them. That's perfect. And what I want now is to do this. And then we have to... Where are the other ones? Them. We are chewing through the pieces though, aren't we? It's not a massive set, so I might have to be a little bit more careful. I'm going to try and save the lime green, because there's only a tiny bit of lime green, see? And I feel like it's going to be quite useful if I can use it for something else. But those three long ones we have to use there, because we don't have anything else to put in that place. And it's held together by just that right now, which is fine. I think for a small build like this, it's probably okay. Yeah, so you can probably guess I'm making an alien. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. I think he was cuter when he had a smaller head. How did it look there? Yeah, I think he was cuter. I don't know then. Oh, it's really difficult to decide. Actually, no, it isn't difficult to decide at all, because I probably need to have a brick, maybe a brick. If I can get a brick in this space, I need a weird brick, weird piece that I don't think we've got. No, I don't think we're in a good. I think we're in a good space here for this. I don't know if this is going to happen. You could use. All right, I'm going to have to. Oh no, I can't do that then, can I? Unless we could use these. I don't want to, because I feel like we're going to need them later. but they keep it grey. So they're gone now, we've used them. That's a bit unfortunate. We could use, within reason, we could use these as well. Result is, they're quite fun. You know what, I like that. I do like that. I don't know why. And I thought those could be useful, but these are actually probably even more fun because we could have something like a little space helmet. So he's like going on, and you know, we're not going to be able to build a space helmet around his head, but it's cool. It's a cool idea. And now we need like something to fit in that gap, really. I think we will just have to do this. So just whack that in there, and then get a brick. It's a shame we don't have any 2x2s. I'm actually quite surprised about that. We could have potentially managed to sneak something else in there, but I think what we've got going is fine. And yeah, I've just noticed as well that I've not got the slope right, and that's my fault. That's my fault, and it's fine. We can fix this. I think I might need to make his head shorter. I really didn't want to do that. But imagine if his head was shorter. It looks cute with that big long head though. It's so ridiculous. Because my idea was we could have like this here. No. I think we are going to just go down. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. Because look at how many pieces we're now freeing from this. How many new pieces we have released. And we can put this, I guess we could put that in the back, couldn't we? I guess we could do that, or we could just do this. Could do that. That works. A little grey piece. I'll get rid of them. Oh, that's frustrating. I could have used that. I'm gonna try and we'll do this. Okay, check this out. Check this out. We got that. Put that in there. And we'll just slide that into place. No, we won't. It's not going to let us. Boop, boop. There you go. Look at that. So that's connected everything together there. And we actually want to up that. Delete that. Do we have one of these left? Clone? Yeah, it's gone. Oh, it's gone again. We'll just get it back. And put that in there. Slide it down by a stud. That's looking cool. I don't know if it's perfect, but it functions, doesn't it? See if this fits there. It kind of does. I'm not convinced by it, to be honest, but it's better than nothing. It's certainly better than nothing. We're not going to have, how much rotation are we actually going to have at that joint there? We just, ooh, much before we got conflict, is there? I know there's actually quite a bit. I know you're alright, actually. Yeah, that's alright, actually, yeah. Okay, I do think that needs to be moved up by one. I'm gonna think about that. We might have slopes. Do we have slopes? Of one. That's 9. I'm gonna get rid of these for now, because we could do something different with them. I have an idea. So I want it to look like he's got little goggles on. And how I'm going to do that is probably use these. Like that. Oh, no, I'm not allowed that. No, I'm not allowed that. There's only 2. Yeah, so if I get rid of that, yeah, it comes back. Yeah, so there we go. So that's how you can sort of test things that you've not gone overboard. Okay, that looks better. And now I think we will go for, I'm going to actually save those. They might be useful later on. Put that there. Well, if I do that, well, surely we could just use 4 longs, couldn't we? We could, you know, I'm going to drag that down there. Now drag this down there. Oh, crap. Exit that. And then here we need to think about what we can do in this space. Got a very little amount of space here. And we need to do something with it. I think that's looking good. I would like, if possible, for that to work, but I don't think it's going to. I think what we could do instead is we could actually have it go like that and have that be the helmet. That actually looks better. So something like that. Why did I do that wrong then? How is this? None of this is working out for me right now. Okay, there we go. So that goes there. Copy and mirror this. The angles are going a bit screwy at the moment. Oh, you're not in the right place. Oh, that explains it. That needs to be rotated back to 0. Or whatever it was previously, which was it 90? Was it 180? Was it 270? It was 270, okay. Fair enough, I'm not going to argue with that. Right, that's all working now, and then we need, at this point, I think we should just have the brackets from earlier. I think we should just, yeah. Ooh, these ones. Yeah, because you can sneak them in there like that. And then it's all like pretty full up inside his head. And then you want to fill his head with some cool stuff. And we need this tile. And now we want to do the filling of the head with fun stuff. I think we should go for these are fun. And give him a little brain if we can. Right, that's probably just gonna, there we go, job done. Okay, we've got his head sorted. That's his noggin. Looking good. And now we need a little tiny body for him. Absolutely tiny. I think we'll just start with something like this. And somewhere for the mixel joints to go. Probably, I want him to be really small. And also, I wish I wish there was a utility for this, but there's not really any balls or like Technic bits in this set. There's 4 of them. There's only 1 of them, you see. So there's not much we can do with those pieces. But I'll try and figure something out. I think now is probably the good time to flip him over, just to make the build process easier for me. I say, before Studio decides it just doesn't want to do anything. But to be honest, having the arm higher up, that just looks pretty good. Thank you, Studio, for not working properly. I appreciate that. Okay. That looks okay. I don't know whether we should have the clicker joints for his legs. I think if we have them, we have to have them this way, so he looks even more pudgy than he already does. I want him to look like a fat little alien guy, you know? Just a fat little man. Building a fat little dude. That's what we're doing. Super important fat little guy. Yeah, maybe those actually do need to come out a bit. I don't know. I kind of like that they don't. That said, I think that piece would be really useful. So maybe we do have them coming out further. I'll just drag that over there, drag that over there, do a bit of this. And if I remember the geometry of this piece correctly, yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, cool. That's fine. But that should work, because the ball isn't touching. Yeah. Yeah, because the ball sits in between the studs, you see? I'll just check. Yeah, that's perfect. If I just disappear his head right now as well. Make sure. Yeah, you're fine. That looks good to me. Okay, and then you want to have one of these, I think. One of these. Oh, actually, I've got the big ones, haven't I? Big ones, big ones, big ones, big ones, big ones. Where are the big ones at? Them ones, them things, they're big. Big things. They might be useful. What about right here? That is actually kind of useful. And we want to give him a little space suit to be in. That's wrong. Wrong way around. Yeah, so now he's got his little spaceman suit. That's cool. That's cute. I like that. I'm just going to figure out one side at a time. Forgot I'd connected my phone to WhatsApp. Oops. I like this, but I wish that was grey. Just turn my phone Wi-Fi off for a second. For the benefit of you guys. How does that look for everyone? That's not going to work. Oh, it's somehow screwed that up completely. How did I manage that? That's supposed to be right under there. That's better. Okay. And that goes there. That'll do. It's not as short as I want it to be. I want it to be shorter than this. I'm going to have to really think about this shape. They're short, but like are at least alien looking, yeah? Where's the slope at? We get like 3 of these per set. I think, this might be a bit weird, but I think if we can get another 3 long from somewhere, we're going to have to harvest these again. We're going to have to harvest those thingies. Okay, check this out. We'll do that. And that's going to make him look a bit stockier, but I think that's going to... Oh, I didn't need to do that at all, did I? It could have been a 2. We'll go for a 2 for then. And we'll just whack that in there. Pop that there. Oh, what the hell has that gone? No. Stop doing that. That didn't work. Okay, copy and mirror is just going to irritate me later on. Remember that. Yeah. It's kind of okay. He looks more like a robot than an alien. It's alright. I think it's the lack of organic shaping on this part here is why he looks more like a robot. So we'll try and sneak something in. Makes him look more like a robot. I think as well if I can get know that's a weird choice, but it just seemed right at the time. If I can get something like that to work. If I could make it so his torso would bend, that would be really neat, but we don't have the parts in this set. This is actually, I realise how much of a challenge this actually is now. I think these aren't working. Maybe we need to move that whole thing down by one. Actually, that might solve the proportions problem. Give me a second. Let's try that again now. Just drag that back. Ah! I love it when Lego Studio starts to bug out. It's my favourite. I want him to look really odd. And just like a weird little guy. That's the vibe we're going for. Weird little guy. That's looking better. It would seem we've got a weird little guy. The life is good. We're doing it. And I think at this point we need to think about where his legs are going to go. So I think they should actually be somewhere along this area, along this axis here. So Just going to put that in. I don't care that it's bugged out, it's fine. We're just going to move it up here. And that's how it's going to look, yeah. I don't mind this, I think this is working. We can actually put these back on here as well. No, we can't. Okay. That was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. What about this? Can we do these really weird ones? Well, they're not right. They're not right at all. They're massive. Where are they gonna live? I guess they could live there. Would that work? Don't know if that would work. Let's see if those giant flap things would work here. It kind of works. And it's, you know, it's giving him, he does look more like an alien now. Which is what we wanted. I'm still not convinced. I'm not convinced. That's better. Then I've got to think about his feet. For his feet are gonna look like this. We made out of these things. Like the actual cat in the set. Yeah. We need to have something that we've got quite a lot of. So I think we are pretty stuck into doing it a certain way. But I wonder if we could have his feet, if those could be his feet. If that would work. Does that work? Are those too small? I don't know. They do look cool as hands though, don't they? I think this would be a lot easier to build in person. An attempt has been made. I've already got that one, haven't I? And we've got clicker joints as well, which are even better. There's got to be something I can do with all this. Yeah, I think I'd be able to do this much better in person, so I might go downstairs and just live stream this from my phone, because this is not going well. This is not looking good. But the audio is excellent. The video playback is excellent. We're at 60 frames a second. CPU usage is less than 1%. Life is good right now. This is going to work. So I know at least that the streams work. So, thank you, and